As the New York hush money trial draws closer, Donald Trump is absolutely scrambling, looking for any possible way to get rid of the lawsuit, or at the very least, slow it down. And so you might have seen that he's actually trying now to sue the judge in that trial. So we'll get to that. We're gonna get to the details of that. I can't imagine it'll go anywhere. But we do already have a little bit more information about some of his other attempts to shut down this trial. So just yesterday, a state appeals court judge denied his bid for an emergency delay of that particular trial. Justice Gonzalez of the State Appellate Division issued the ruling after attorneys for the former president argued the trial needed to be halted because, quote, an impartial jury cannot be selected right now based on prejudicial pretrial publicity. The justice just rejected it in a one-line ruling without an explanation. So that only affects, though, the effort to request a delay for that particular trial. He is also, though, trying to get it moved somewhere else for related reasons. So he hasn't formally asked for change of venues, but his lawyers have contended in a court filing last month, seeking to delay it because of, again, pretrial publicity. They say that Manhattan is, quote, overwhelmingly biased against President Trump. They say that the filing noted in part that the county voted overwhelmingly for other candidates in 2016 and 2020. I would like to just acknowledge that Donald Trump has repeatedly slammed Manhattan and New York over and over and over again. So it's a little bit convenient that you then use the fact that they hate your guts as a defense in court. But that's what he's trying to do. And the DA's office responded saying, given the sheer size of New York County, it's absurd for defendant to assert that it will be impossible or even impractical to find a dozen fair and impartial jurors plus alternates among more than 1 million people. I am sure you will be able to do it if you try, Trump lawyers. But that said, in terms of that prejudicial pretrial publicity, I don't even just mean that he's attacked Manhattan. Like he is attacking the process. He's attacking the DA. He's attacking the judge. You can see just a little sampling. I mean, this is from like a day or two or whatever on True Social of constantly trying to prejudice the entire process at every step against him. So if you're the one actively doing it, it seems rich that that has now become your shield against the lawsuit itself. And it doesn't mean that it's going to work. As of right now, we are less than 1 week away from the trial actually beginning. And I know he's gone through all this legal stuff, and you're probably thinking, well, what's the difference? And maybe it will be delayed. That remains a possibility. But 1 week from the first criminal proceeding against Donald Trump, that is actually a big line. And so we'll see if he's successful in delaying it or getting it moved or whatever he has. But what do you think of these various legal efforts?
Yeah, this particular trial, more so than any of his other cases, he has almost no argument or defense for. And he and his team apparently know that because they're doing everything they can to delay the trial and to ultimately delay the ruling. He's already on the hook for hundreds of millions of dollars from his other cases. So I kind of don't blame him for wanting to delay having to owe even more money. But he knows he can't win this case. That's very clear from his actions, all the actions that he's been taken up to this point. He's just trying to win an election at this point, if you ask me. He's trying to show his base that he's not weak and that he will not be pushed around very easily and that he has, cards up his sleeve that he's still ready to play. So he has to look like he is some kind of strategic, manipulative mastermind, and that will endear his audience more towards him.
I'm glad that you point that out because there's always he says things and it like ostensibly is for legal stuff, but a lot of times it's just playing PR with his base, trying to manage their expectations of it. But yeah, we'll see if they're successful. But bear in mind, to take it back to the beginning, he's trying, I guess he's filing a lawsuit against the judge. He's trying to get the gag order taken away. Maybe that will be successful. It has been very hard to keep him gagged during any of this. But jokes aside, they have shown a lot of hesitation in stopping him from even making clear threats. What's interesting is that like the appeals court that would have to adjudicate this, like, do they like setting a precedent where you could be making like doxing the family members of judges? Maybe. Stay tuned to find out. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.